life had turned upside down. From a simple Half-Life Source YouTuber, I had become the cringe I swore I would never become. In my mind, there are two types of people: those who make their future, and those who do crack outside the asylum they escaped from. Things would never be the same for me. The beta, the retail, and everything in between. It meant nothing now. I was past the point of no return as soon as I took that first hit of crack. A few days ago, I had been kidnapped and brought to Brazil. After the bloodbath in Rio, it was time to take it to Sampa, or as you know it as, Sao Paulo. Welcome to Sampa, a map that was made by the creators of CS Rio. While the Rio maps were much more simple in scope and scale, this map, based on the city of Sao Paulo, is 4 times as much detailed and even has a drivable truck. This unlocked a core memory for me because back as a kid, I used to play so many Counter-Strike maps that would feature vehicles like this. Also, there's this NPC that you can't kill. That's a first one for me because it's really odd seeing an NPC here that's not a hostage. So let's talk about the map. The terrorist site starts off from this little area next to a shop. I like how it's visible how good the mappers got between this and the Rio map. The street lights, the dark and gritty feeling of the streets, and it's all very well made. I may be stretching here, but this almost comes close to something Valve themselves would have made for the game. Like, it's very much up to standards for a map that was made in the early to mid 2000s. I like the little touches of glow sprites underneath the street lamps or these animated sprites. The outdoors are well lit with scatterings of light sources distant far from each other, and while some areas do tend to be a little dark, it's not completely dark to the point where you can't see who's standing there. The overall urban and dank aesthetics of the outdoors was a mood. For the interiors, there's the underground subway area that's textured quite well. I noticed that there was a good variety of textures used in this map. From what I know, mappers tend to use textures with color palettes that match with each other so they don't look out of place. But here it's more contrasting textures, like how the contrast between the oranges and the blues makes the visuals pop out. The yellowish tunnels prove to be a calming area if you're walking through it alone. And one of the bomb sites has these mechanical and electronic devices in there, which is an aesthetic on its own. Now, speaking of the bomb sites, let's talk about the layout. As usual, both teams spawn in the opposite directions of the map. There's a bomb site here and here. This means that the CTs have to guard just this portion of the map, while the rest of the map is left for the Ts to cleverly navigate through and reach the bomb sites. It's really biased in a way that there's not much distance between the bomb sites, so there's not much tension on the CT side of things. They can go easily back and forth between the two places and guard them well. The advantage for the T side is that they have a plethora of different entry points into the bomb sites areas. All through the map there are connecting hallways, vents, and pathways, so in the end it becomes a game of cat and mouse if both teams are playing aggressively. But if the CTs decide to camp both bomb sites, it just might prove to be a little difficult for the Ts to do their thing. But yeah, overall this is a very nice little map. Set in the urban environment, it's really hitting some aesthetics for me, which I really like. And yeah, that's pretty much it about this map. I was originally going to make a video about that kid who got arrested because of making a map of his school, which I will still make later. But I wanted to do this video because a lot of you, specifically my hazardous amigos and amigas from Brazil, liked the Rio video so much. So yeah, thank you so much for the support. Hope you enjoyed this short video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.